all know that technology plays a big part in education. This video is going to show you how to use technology to take things to the next level. To make sure we're on the same page, let's start with some definition. What is a flipped classroom? A flipped classroom is a learning model where the traditional delivery of the content is flipped or reversed. Traditionally, students learn material in class through lectures or exercises, then practice what they've learned at home, usually on homework problems. In a flipped classroom, the content delivery takes place outside of the classroom, and class time is used for practice, development, and additional discovery. In a flipped classroom, the teacher is no longer the sage on the stage, but rather a facilitator that empowers the students to take charge of their own learning experience. What are the benefits of a flipped classroom? There are many, but the main benefit is that students learn the basics on their own, usually at their own pace. This reduces student frustration and makes class time more productive, allowing students to get any assistance they need and go beyond the basic concepts into application, transfer, and real learning experiences. So where does technology come in? Everywhere. It can be used to flip content delivery, give additional resources to those who need it, and differentiate instruction. The best part is that when properly used, a technology-based class will be flexible enough to do all this whenever a student needs it. The best way to understand how this works is to look at an example. So let's take a look at a business statistics course that uses technology to flip and differentiate instruction. Let's walk through the course to see how it works. This course is organized into weekly folders, and here we see we are in the Week 2 folder. While students can spend as much or as little time on the material as they need, giving them no deadline at all is an invitation to disaster for some students. So this course uses weekly deadlines to keep students on track. Current students who are taking the course report that they spend anywhere from 2 to 8 hours completing the material, depending on the unit they're working in. In each week's folder, there's a brief description in the overview section here, which tells them what they're going to be working on this week. There's also a content folder and a homework folder. To flip the classroom, we're going to focus on the content folder mostly. Here we see there are two kinds of resources. LA stands for learning activity, which are required work, while ER stands for extra resource. These are optional resources that give students another way to get the material. Now let's look at an LA assignment. We all know that if you don't grade it, they don't do it. So these assignments are all set up with a question that must be answered after the student reads or views the material. Many of these LAs are videos, you see here. The videos are short, usually 5 minutes or less, so students don't lose interest while watching. They also offer closed captioning for the hearing impaired. These assignments are left open so students can view them as many times as they need to. The benefit to the student is that they have a targeted resource that they can call up exactly when they need it. Because the resources are very targeted, they don't have to read an entire chapter or view a 40-minute video to find what part they need. Of course, they also have optional resources if they need extra help. These also address different learning styles. They can work at their own pace and review the material as many times as they need to. Essentially, it is self-determined differentiation. We'll look closer at differentiation in a different video. Here we are back in our weekly folder. Let's take a quick look at the homework. One of the great things about the homework is we have the homework and quiz right here. They're all automatically graded, so the student gets immediate feedback. They know instantly whether they're on track or not. They don't have to wait for an instructor to grade any assignment. This is key to flipping the classroom because they're going to be doing their learning outside of the classroom. The most common question I get about this course is how long does it take to build a course like this? Well, it isn't easy, and it isn't fast. But most of the resources have a pretty long life. In other words, once you create a video or a homework assignment, you can use it for a very long time. One last point. Before this class was flipped and differentiated using technology, 33% of the students who took the course either dropped or received an F or a D for their grade. In the past 4 semesters, this course has been gradually phased in, with elements being added each semester. Even before it was completed, the attrition and failure rate dropped from 33% to 3%. When asked, the students credit the online resources and the instant feedback for their overall success.